Hi everyone, my name is Sylvia and I'm the owner of the Grief and Bereavement Resource Center, and also I have an online platform that's called Grief is Life Transitioning. And so today I want to talk to you about grief and loss of limbs. I know sometimes when we talk about grief or when you hear people talk about grief, they always talk about grief with the thought of human life being lost. And so I just want to tell you that grief can go in so many directions, and I want to talk about grief and loss of limbs. I know you may not even hear about this a lot, and so this type of grief do exist due to people having to lose limb, like veterans who've been in certain wars, Afghanistan, Iraq, etc. And then you have those who have lost limb due to medical reasons. And then I could go on and on, those who have loss of limb due to car accidents, gunshot wounds, etc. And so I just want to encourage you, if you've recently lost a limb due to whatever experience that you have had, I want you to know that you are seen, you are heard, and that there is hope for you to continue to be inspired, and know that you are able also to inspire others around you. There is hope, and I want to continue to try to pour that hope into you. I would like to encourage you to try and surround yourself around people who have lost limbs. And you may be surprised just how much they are able to pour into you and let you know that, you know what, you still are able to still function. May not function fully as you would like, but some have made ways and found ways in order to function so that they are able to continue to live a life that's normal within their culture and with their how they process what is normal is to them. And so we have to get used to, sometimes in life we're going to experience hopelessness, we're going to experience loss, and that loss can veer off into other areas of our life, whether it could be a loss of a relationship and we have to make adjustments in our relationships, whether we have to live on our own or whether we have to live without that person that we have always had by our side. And so living on our own, when I mention that, meaning that you may have to have separate or divorce someone, or even if it was just a live-in boyfriend or girlfriend, it's time to pack up and leave, and now you're on your own. So I specifically just want to talk about loss of limb today, dealing with grief and those who have recently lost a limb. You may feel hopeless. You may feel that this adjustment may be too challenging for you, and I just want to encourage you to at least try and give it a chance. Give yourself a chance and show yourself that you are able to adjust to life changes. People adjust to life all the time, and there are different changes that we all experience in life. I want to encourage you by this quote that I have written and that I carry with me along the way, and I carry it with me all the time. And it states that we define what life means to us every day when we live one day at a time. Every day that I live, I begin to understand the meaning of life and what that means to me. It has nothing to do with anybody else. And I say this, when I look at this quote, I actually have it in my email, because I want to remind myself that every day there is something that I can learn. Every day I may have to make some type of an adjustment if I can't meet my goals. And even if I do meet my goals, there are still adjustments that I have to make throughout that day in order to get certain things done, right? And I'm not trying to equate like little adjustments towards big adjustments. I'm just trying to get an understanding and just put it out there in general that an understanding of adjustments can go a long way, whether it's something little or whether it's something big, because at the end of the day, depending on that adjustment that you have to make in life, even if it's small, it can make a big difference. And so I define what life means to me every day that I wake up, every day that I breathe, and that I am grateful. I remember at one point I had surgery on my left shoulder. And when I had surgery on my left shoulder, my left arm was dead weight. And I cried at moments and at times because it was very difficult for me to learn how to use my right hand. It's crazy, but I am a right-handed person, but I really needed my left hand to help pull my pants up, to help put my shirt on, and I had to use my sister to really help me. And I felt some type of way because years I've always was able to use my both of my arms, and I find it challenging and very embarrassing because I needed somebody else's help because I was always independent. That little adjustment through surgery was really challenging for me. So I had to learn how to make meaning out of the fact that I had to go to physical therapy and still say, you know what, I still have my left arm to work with, right? And so whether it's a one arm, whether it's two arms, you still have something to work with, okay? So it's so many videos out here of people who have loss of limb and they work around those challenges. I am so grateful of them and their ability to inspire us, those that are watching videos, those that are in relationships, or those who have somebody that's in their family who have a loss of limb and they are still living their best life. That is so inspirational. And so I just want to encourage you to make your life meaningful every day that you live. And you just don't know how much you can impact somebody or help somebody who have had a loss of limb or who have had some type of loss, and you are a big part of inspiring and encouraging them. I also want to put this out here, and how do you find hope, right? I want to say the way that you find hope, if you have loss of a limb, the way that you find hope is find things that probably can challenge you, right? And things that can challenge you in finding hope, like meditating if you're a spiritual person, or creating a group, with others who have lost a limb, and sharing your story and pouring into each other. I love the Special Olympics, or getting into training your body and allowing that process to help encourage, inspire you do something great, right? Great and worthy of making you feeling good and knowing that you were able to overcome those challenges. I also want to encourage you to be also open to talking to other people. Don't feel as if just because you're surrounded around other people who may seem to have it all and not honoring their bodies, don't you know how much you can pour into them, and let them know how much they should honor their bodies, and how impactful that could be by them listening to you. And so I just want to encourage you to give you hope and to pour into you, and say, do things that is going to be meaningful and encouraging, not only for yourself, but also how much of an impact that you can pour into others. For more information about the Grief and Bereavement Resource Center, you can Google me at griefandbereavementrc.org.